Welcome back to another Musume video. Today we're going to talk about simple deck builds that you can run for each distance type. First, let's talk about sprint and mile. Now, if you don't know what these stats do in the game during a race, I highly recommend you watch my video on what these stats do. But in general, for sprint and mile, we're mostly focusing on speed, power, and wit. Just to give you an idea, speed is how fast you're going, power is your acceleration, and when I think of wit, we can just think about the probability or the chance that your skills will proc. Stamina is not as important for shorter races, just because you can think about stamina as sort of like how long you can keep going in a race. Guts, you only need the bare minimum because it just affects your stamina consumption, so the higher your guts, the better you are at using your stamina. There's a Twitter link actually in the comment section that shows a breakdown of distance versus minimum amount of guts in order to consume stamina efficiently. And with that being said, you are going to want to run 3 speed cards, 2 wit cards, and the light hello card. You can do the R version or the SSR version for any of these builds. The light hello card for Grand Live is really good. So for any build, you're going to run Light Hello most likely. For Sprint Mile, I would not recommend replacing Light Hello because what's nice about Light Hello is besides all the scenario benefits she gives you, she also gives you some stamina and guts, which you need a minimal amount for Sprint and Mile. So now you might read that basically you could replace one of the speed cards with a wit card if you have really strong speed cards and you have a 20% speed bonus to your UMA. So what you could do is you could run 2 speed, 3 wit, 1 light hello. However, for now, I don't really recommend it. I mean, I'm not the best at this game, so I'm struggling a little bit to hit that 1600 speed with my cards currently. So that's why I prefer the 3 speed, 2 wit, 1 light hello, but I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that have hit the speed cap with 2 speed only. But in general, for this guide at least, I'm recommending 3 speed, 2 wit, 1 light hello. So now let's talk about stats. So for speed, we're gonna probably wanna hit that top speed that the scenario allows. So for Grand Live, that is 1600. So we want 1600 speed. For stamina, we don't need as much, so 500 to 700. Power, remember power is acceleration. So the quicker we can accelerate to our top speed in these smaller tracks, the more likely we are to win. So let's try to aim for at least 1000 power. Now for guts, you're gonna want between 800 to 600 guts. And the reason being is, remember, guts is your stamina consumption towards the end of the race. So if we have less stamina, we probably want to conserve as much as we can as possible. And then wit is your chance of proccing your skills. So we want higher wit for higher chances of proccing. In addition, a little small thing I didn't say before is that wit can actually affect your top speed within each part of a race. And then for sprint, you're going to want to inherit guts because we want more guts in that scenario compared to mile. Mile, we're going to want more stamina, so you're probably going to want to inherit some stamina. Now let's move on to medium. So for medium, we're going to want more stamina. So for this build, we're going to recommend 2 speed, 1 stamina, 2 wit, 1 light hello. You could probably replace one of those wit cards with a stamina card, but then you might be less likely to hit your wit goal. And then for your stat goals, we're going to want to max out the speed again, 1600. We're going to need more stamina, 900. Power, we're keeping it at 1000 so we can accelerate. 600 guts, and then 1200 wit. In addition, you're probably going to want to inherit stamina since we're only using 1 stamina card. Now, I did put a caveat here. If for some reason you're not hitting your stamina goal, you could try to get away with just using a gold recovery skill. Now, the problem with that, though, is remember, gold recovery skills are just skills. There's always a chance they do not go off. And if they don't go off, then you're definitely not hitting your stamina goal. And then finally, we have for long distances. For this, I am recommending 2 speed, 2 stamina, 1 wit, and a light hello. And so for your stat goals, we're going to want 1600 speed, 1000 stamina, 1000 power, 700 guts, and 1000 wit. Now the thing is, you could replace your light hello card with a wit card instead, just because we were using light hello also to help out with stamina and guts. But because we're running 2 stamina cards now, we're more likely to hit our stamina and guts goal. So we could do away with light hello if you really wanted to. I like running light hello personally, So I would recommend keeping her just because, at least for the scenario link, it's very beneficial. And then if you have strong stamina cards, and you have a stamina bonus, you could inherit wit to make sure you hit your wit goal. Otherwise, I would probably inherit stamina to hit your stamina goal. Or you can do a mixture of wit and stamina and just play around with it and see what happens. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to use the comment section below. Otherwise, I hope you all have a nice week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!